Hello, and welcome to the Bearded Hermit. In the last 2 weeks, lots of progress has been made. I add some 2x4s and 2x2s to the roof line, getting it ready for roofing steel. I install the trailer hitch to the tractor bucket, grab the trailer, and load up my roofing steel. I line up the sheets and pre-drill all my holes. And start hanging roofing panels. For some reason, I never put the bottom 2x4 on the roof line of the A-frame. This is the last support for the steel to hang over about 6 inches. Also, the ends of the roof line need a 2x2 to cap them off for the bugs, mice, or anything else that wants to get in. These will also act as a stop for the insulation board to end on. I repeat the same steps on the south wall, adding the bottom 2x4s and 2x2s. You might ask yourself, why is he always wearing a hoodie? Is it really that cold? The answer is nope. It's been pretty warm here the last few weeks. I'm wearing the hoodie to keep all the mosquitoes off me. May and June is always a bad time for bugs in the UP of Michigan.
So I've discovered a little issue. This is the roof cap that I'll be putting on, and I'm not sheeting the roof with plywood or anything. I just have my 2x4s run, and from the peak, the 2x4 sits here, but there'll be empty space right here for insulation. And I'll have nothing to screw this down to on each end. The closest screw will have to be here, but I think if I run an extra 2x4 on each side of the ridge, then I'll have something to screw to. So I'll have to take care of that tomorrow.
It's a good thing I realized this problem before the roofing steel got put up. It would have been a nightmare to try and add something later. By adding these 2 rows of 2x4s, I'm basically adding backer board to screw the roof cap down to. Things would go faster if my screw gun batteries would stop dying on me. Moving up to the second floor, I'm adding the same 2x2s that the bottom got.
So today I need to grab that old white flatbed trailer and load up all of my roofing steel and drive it back to the build site. And about the best way to do that is to hitch it up to the tractor here. So I just bolt on the trailer hitch here, can hitch it up real quick and drive it to where I need to go.
That would be a really good plan if I could see what I was doing. But from the cab of the tractor, I'm working blind. So it took me a few tries before I get it. Success! This roofing steel comes 3 feet wide, and I bought 10-foot lengths. The roof line is about 19 feet long, so 2 10-foot lengths will cover with a little overlap. If I had bought 20-foot sheets, there's no way I could have managed to put them up safely by myself.
Well, the first batch of steel is back here by the house, and it can go up. But one little thing I need to do first is that these, the ends of these posts, these beams are sticking out past where the steel is going to go. So I have to take a chainsaw and I have to cut those off all along down the house on both sides. That's something I should have cut off to begin with when I was making them, and I didn't think anything of it, and now they're in the way. But not a big deal.
I grab the chainsaw and get to work. It's never really safe to be using a chainsaw on a ladder like this, but I make sure the ladder is stable and nothing's in my way to cut. We will come back later to ladder safety in the end of the video.
And there we have it. I finished chopping off all of those beam ends level with the levels with the roof beams, so now they won't interfere with the roofing steel or the insulation board I have to put in there. So the next step is roofing steel. I have the first 10 pieces here laying in the trailer. I'm going to line them all up. I'm going to pre-drill the holes, and then I'm going to start sheeting this this north-facing wall. Wish me luck.
I make sure all my steel sheets are lined up and make my marks to match up to the 2x4s. And start drilling my holes. I have never hung a complete roof like this before, but I have done a few small repairs on steel roofs, and trust me when I say, pre-drilling your screw holes saves a ton of time and headaches. Technically, the roof screws I'm using are self-tapping, meaning they'll drill themselves a hole in the steel, but it takes a lot of force to do it. And the first sheet goes up. I did my best to line it up square, but I know this first sheet is the most important. If this first sheet is just a little off, it throws everything way off 11 sheets down to the other end. They are very unforgiving. I put in a few screws, and by the fourth sheet, I can see things are a little off. I take some screws out and make an adjustment. Now things are looking good, so I put all my screws back in and keep going. I jump up on the ladder to add the screws in the top rows, trying not to scratch the paint on the steel. There are a few scratches, but overall it's not looking too bad. To be honest, things are going better than I thought. It's so fast adding the screws after pre-drilling the holes. I can't even believe I considered not doing it.
Well, I got all the roofing screws in the steel here on the first floor on the north side of the building, all the way down. I have to cut the width for this last piece right here. That's less than 3 feet, so I'll have to cut that piece and put that last one up. And next, I'll be working on the second floor. It's going to just overlap on the top sheet's going to overlap over the bottom sheet to shed the water. I just couldn't handle a 19-foot sheet of metal on my own. So compromises were made.
I bring the next 10 sheets of steel back and make my marks. I propped up the steel on some 2x2s to make it easier to work on. Any chance I get to work up off the ground and save my back, I'll take it. When drilling the first hole, the steel sheet separated and I broke off my drill bit. So I grab a clamp to keep them together. And after getting a new battery, I finish up.
Well, I got all the holes pre-drilled on another 10 sheets of steel. They're in rows of 2 feet that match up with the 2x4 spaced at 2 feet up on the roof. So nothing more to do than to just get it up there.
I grab the long extension ladder and start lining up the second row of steel sheets. I double check to make sure they're straight and screw them down. Now is a good time to talk about ladder safety. I'm getting up there kind of high towards the top rung, but I have the 2x4s on the roof to hang on to. I would not recommend to anyone do it this way, but it seemed okay for me at the time. I get the third sheet of steel put up and screwed down, and as I was climbing down the ladder, I missed a step near the bottom. I hit both my kneecaps on a step and sprained my left knee. Looking back at the video, you can see the ladder twisting and sliding to the right. I'm pretty sure the dirt gave way under the leg of the ladder, and this is why I missed the step.
Well, I just twisted my knee getting down off the ladder, so I think I'm going to call it a day. Whew. It's better to be safe than sorry. Well, a little bit got done today.
It's very important to have your ladder on solid ground and stable. I know it could have been a lot worse than some bruises and a sprained knee. So trust me when I say I'll be taking more precautions in the future. This is the end of the video. Please be safe out there. And remember, life can be good sometimes.